I'll also start with a small Sanskrit shloka, which is, showing reverence to the teacher. And this is from a text called Viveka Chudamani by Adi Shankaracharya. I don't know whether you have heard about Adi Shankaracharya, all of you, but he was the one who, maybe 1600 years or more back, revived our Hinduism and spread the message of Vedanta all over India and explained to people how, taking to this knowledge of Vedanta, one can live a life of peace, fearlessness, and unaffectedness. So this is one, his composition called Viveka Chudamani. Viveka means discrimination, and Chudamani means crest jewel. That is, the book consists of such discussions where we use our intelligence to discriminate, and I find out how our intelligence should work so that we understand that we are not, small, limited people, constricted people with lot of fear, anxiety, stress, and all other problems, but our real identity is such that we can face everything in this world. So in that composition, it is a composition in the form of question and answer. All our spiritual texts are in form of question and answer. That is, a student asks and the Guru replies. And just like in Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna is asking and Krishna is replying. Similarly, all texts. Here also, the student is asking. He has gone to a teacher and he says, I have a lot of conflicts in my mind. And because of the conflicts, I sometimes feel that I am getting scorched in this life. So many stresses and strains, tensions and anxiety. Sometimes I feel that I am getting uprooted. The situations around me are such that I am not able to decide what I should do. I am very confused. I feel deluded. And so I feel as if everything is dark in front of me. So I do not know who can reply to this question. And we all know that questions like this are never brought up and taught to us in our educational centers. Even our parents, to some extent, they will be able to help us. But if we tell them our problems, they themselves become very sad and anxious and very worried about what is happening to my child. So this student, the Shishya, is telling the Guru that I don't know anybody else who can reply to me, my question. And I find that not only this, there are certain tendencies in me, in the hands of which I always feel constricted, limited. I don't feel free. What are those tendencies? Our own nature, our irritation, anger, our non-adjustment with people, disliking people. We are sometimes very impatient, very intolerant, and we'll be grumbling and criticizing, finding fault, procrastinating, laziness. All these are our own tendencies. In the hands of that, we ourselves, we suffer. So these are the conflicts of life. And these conflicts, from time immemorial, it has been the same. Every human being undergoes all these problems. So the student has gone to the teacher to ask a question. Please tell me how I can be liberated from this. The liberation is not that you leave your body. The liberation is the shackles of the mind and intelligence from where you should get liberated. Shackles of the mind and intelligence is what? These conflicts that we are talking about, right? So he has gone and is asking, please tell me how I can get liberated from all these problems of day-to-day life. So, it is in our culture, when we go to a teacher, we show our respect and reverence. So this student also has gone and touching the feet of the teacher, he chants this shloka which I am going to chant, which says, O Lord, O my teacher, I do pranam to you. And you who have this. You are the infinite ocean of compassion and mercy. Please lift me up so that I can be peaceful in my life. So you drench me with the nectar of peace and happiness. This is what he says. So I'll chant this shloka. This is my very favorite shloka, and I wish you knew Sanskrit. And I also want to tell you before I chant, maybe many of you are not used to Sanskrit shlokas. These shlokas are what you know. They are in poetry, 4 lines. And shlokas are such which take away shoka from the mind. What is shoka? Unpleasantness, unhappiness, duhkha, sadness, sorrow. And why are these very useful? These are useful because however much we talk, say we are giving 2 lectures, you may be listening to other lectures, you may be reading books, it's very difficult to remember the prose, right? We cannot remember. We may be reading something very enlightening, but we may not be able to learn all these 10 sentences which are in a paragraph. But a poetry from our childhood, we have been learning poetry, right? And many of the poems which we have learned in our childhood, we still remember. Very easy to remember because it has a rhythm. Now, these shlokas, they give us a message. In 4 lines, all that we read and the knowledge that we get, they are very precisely and cryptically put into 4 lines, and which is easy to remember if we have interest to know them. You may not learn them, but you will be able to, if you read them, you will be able to understand. Or if you learn them, when you are driving, you are walking, you can just repeat it in your minds. So, another thing is there about these shlokas. What are these actually? They have been written by our seers, the wise people, those who have tread this path of this worldly life, have had all these experiences. Swamiji was saying the life is experiential. So they have also had their quota of experiences and undergone a lot of conflicts. But they have known the way how to transcend the conflict and remain floating in the midst of conflicts. You get it? So it is whatever they are writing as shlokas, it is their experience that they are transferring to us. All these shlokas, it is their experiences. It is not a bookish knowledge that you have learned it and so you produce it again. It is their experience that they are writing in 4 lines, and which when we read, actually, I just want to tell you this, we are actually coming across their experience, and for that time being, we are actually experiencing what they have experienced. You understand? So that reference to Sanskrit shlokas should develop, whether you really go ahead with or not. But you understand, these Sanskrit shlokas are having this kind of holiness, divinity, enlightenment, and a transforming power for our personality. Okay, I start then. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdho mamuddharatmiya kataksha drishtya rajvyati karunya sudhabhivrishtya Swamin namaste, Swamin namaste, Swamin namaste, Swamin namaste. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. So, I was not there for your, what is that, ice-breaking session? Second one, but I was there for the first one when you were asked told about a word, I think it was told conflicts, and you had to write what thought came to your mind, right? So I was thinking, suppose I was in your place and I had to also write what I would write. Then I thought immediately how to make you understand that this path is such an easy path if you love this path, where treading which you can transcend all the conflicts in your life. So in one, I have to write only one, how to be more effective, right? So now I have been thinking what I should tell you. Swami has told you a lot of things about the conflicts, and he has given very good examples, which I found that Nishakaran summarized it very well, and in your discussions also you must have done. You have told me just now what all you discussed. I would like to tell you, have you ever thought, in spite of the knowledge that you gained, I asked you that whatever you have discussed, do you think that you will be able to pursue it and you will be helped in your life? So now that you have thought, yes, we'll be able to, this will help us and we will pursue it. We must understand that how much we have understood to pursue it, what all other things are necessary, right? We know that this also is a conflict, that whatever knowledge we gain, after some time, our retentivity does not stay. We forget it. And the power that you are getting today, you may slowly lose it. It will not remain in the mind. Again, you will become a little slackened, a little lethargic to pursue this path. And you must also understand how to then go ahead so that your interest in this path remains quite deeply. Even if you sometimes you are not, but you will be mostly remembering that this something was discussed which we can bring to our life. So what is a conflict? Conflict, I think, it comes when we know what is correct and proper. We would like to do it, but the mind wants to do something else. Also, we plan something and the situations are such when the situation will not allow us to do it. Also, when we become indecisive and confused, we do not know how to decide for ourselves what is good for us. And we become anxious and fearful because of that. Now, have you ever thought why these things happen in the mind? It happens, if you look into yourself, only because of the non-acceptance of a situation in life. Say you are telling about your professional situation, where maybe you have done very well, so you are again given more work to do. So your mind is not wanting to accept that. That why me? This work should be equally distributed to others. It may also happen that you have worked a lot, you don't get the praise and appreciation, but somebody else who has not done so much work gets the praise and appreciation. Similarly, in relationships also. Relationships, what happens? We are constantly expecting the other. We are having a idea in our mind. Say a parent will have some kind of expectation from the children, how the children should behave with the parents. Children also have such an expectation from the parents, that our parents should be like this or should behave like this. Especially when children grow up, they feel that our parents should not be telling us this thing, question us like this, or should not be too much interfering in our life. So everybody is expecting a particular behavior from one another. Husband and wife will have their mutual expectations. Friends will have mutual expectations. So many things, so many friendships break, so many marriages break because of this expectation and not being able to accept how the other person is. Right? Do you agree? Okay. So, why this happens? Because we do not understand what we should do, how we should go about it. And we become very possessive about our own ideas and our own expectations. We have this kind of ideas, attitudes, and that is the best. So when there is something, some situation which is not according to that, then we are either hurt or we become very depressed or we become very angry. Like somebody had, I told them that I must get these treats. It was very good. When you were asked, somebody said problem solving, somebody said good and bad, relationship, arguments and solutions, disagreement, unhappiness, daily work-life balance, work, love, seva, solutions, problem but solution. See, solution is the word which is coming so many times. I think most of you have written that you want solution to your problems. Now solution will come. Disagreement, again, mind, progressive, anger has come, one, lack of confidence has come. And in the second one, after Puja Swamiji's talk, you have given some, whatever you have learned from that talk, you have tried to write that also. It is very good actually. So, now, we must find out all this that we have. And the first go, whatever came to our mind and we have written, that comes from the heart. This is my problem. And I want solution to the problems. Why is it that I'm not able to solve it myself? That is a question. What else I should know so that I can solve it? And will this workshop of one day help me to learn how to solve my problems? So I'm very happy that even if it is for one day, and maybe a little time you are being exposed to this, you have felt like coming and listening and get at least a clue. But as I said, it is not possible to tell you everything in one time. Little bit we can expose you to. But if you really want to solve your problems, and as Swamiji was saying, in the midst of all kinds of situations, low and high, you want to remain afloat without affectation, then you must pursue this. Listen to this again and again, whenever you can. There are many lectures nowadays. In YouTube you can listen. You need not even go somewhere. And then you must introspect yourselves. That is, use your intelligence to understand where you are falling short, why you are not able to pursue it. Say, somebody had written anger. So that means anger is the first reaction that person must be having. I think many of us have. I think nobody can raise, if I ask that is anybody there who doesn't have anger and irritation, nobody will be there. All of us will raise our hand. And that is a day-to-day situation in our lives. Now, if this we want to transcend, it cannot be just be here for just 1 hour or say 3-4 hours and leave it. That means you have to pursue. Now, why will you pursue? There comes the intelligence. See, all of you are educated, holding, some are students also, and all of you are doing jobs, holding good positions. But to get to this level, did you not work very hard? Did you not study very well? When we were children, we would be given so many mathematical sums. Say, even plus, minus, and multiplication and division, how much we have practiced and let aside later on, and whoever has learned whichever subject, how much we had to study for the exam so that we become knowledgeable about the subject. So it has to be pursued with an aim. With an aim. that I want to get rid of these problems. Do you get it? So really, do you want to get rid of this? How many people? Or you just come and listen? Put up your hands. Let me see. See, nobody is putting up their hands. Did you understand what I'm saying? Really, do you want to transcend the conflicts? In a real sense, yes. And this is what is absolutely necessary in life. The life should be such that we know that the life comes with many things. It will come with pleasantness, unpleasantness, and it will come with tensions and anxieties. It will give us a lot of delight and a lot of sadness. But in the midst of it, when pleasantness comes, we should not be too elated. And when unhappiness comes, we should not be depressed. This should be our attitude. That is, we must learn to accept that life is like this. What is life? It is full of low and high, Sukha and duhkha, pleasantness and unpleasantness, which Swamiji explained very well. It will come in cycles. It will come in cycles. So we should be prepared for it. We should be prepared. It cannot be that when everything is okay, we can hold on to that situation. It will never be. We'll try to. And that is why that is the conflict. What is the conflict? The conflict is that whatever situation I feel that I will be happy with, we try to hold on to that situation, which cannot be. So we have to accept the fact that life will be like this, constantly going up and down, but there is a possibility. God has given us intelligence by which we can learn how to remain afloat and not be affected. You know, Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji gave a very nice gist of Bhagavad Gita. I hope all of you know about it. What is Bhagavad Gita? Swamiji has told you also. So Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna had the conflict that suddenly he faced his teacher and grandfather and all the known people, his cousins, his friends, his very dear other kings. And he knew that if he fights well, all will be killed. So this was a conflict. So Krishna is advising him to do what? No, this is a fight which you must fight. Because it is necessary. It is a fight of righteousness and propriety. You must do it. You cannot run away from it. But I will teach you how you can do this kind of a work and still not be affected. And this whole conversation is actually, where is Arjuna, where is Krishna actually, when they were, we do not know. But it is all for ourselves, each and every one. It is better that we learn it right in our young days as students, so that we do not become nervous when we go for exams. We do not become depressed or disappointed when we have to sit for an interview. Anxious when we are having work which we cannot cope up with. It is better to do it in the early stages, early young ages. But unfortunately, these are not taught to us. But you are all blessed ones. I want to tell all of you, my dear children, you are all blessed because at least for some time you have lent your ear to hear this, that one can transcend these conflicts. So it is not only that your mind and intelligence is there, so you can use it. How will you use it? You must know it. No? So you have learnt in the second session, many have written that we have to use the mind and intelligence and find out a solution. Right? Again, control the mind. Then we must have courage. We must build confidence by facing the problems. But exactly how? Exactly how? You have heard it. But when you go back to your own lives, and everybody has a different day-to-day life, how do you do it? You again face the same problems. Though the knowledge is there, so we must So that is why I was feeling that in a small session, I won't even get maybe 1 hour, or even Swamiji got only 1 hour. We are not able to expose to you this beautiful path. My dear children, I want to tell you, this is a beautiful path which you should tread. And it is not difficult. It is not difficult. The only thing, you must have the faith that the scriptures tell us what we should do. We may sometimes succeed, sometimes fail, but we should have a love for the aim which it is saying. What is the aim? Transcending the conflicts. And transcending the conflicts means remaining unaffected in life. This Bhagavad Gita says that if you do like this, if you understand and if you pursue, you don't have to go to forests. You don't even have to come to an ashram. You need not even come to this center. But understand it, remaining wherever you are, you can pursue this path. And you can reach a state where, reaching where, you will feel there is nothing else to be achieved. Do you get it? What is our state now? Always we want to achieve something, achieve something, achieve something. Whatever we get, we feel that something more is there. I'll be happier by achieving that. This is what we are. We never become contented. That is our conflict. We never become contented. Even if there is a lot of money, there is fear that suppose the money is lost or suppose the money is not used properly. If health is there, you feel very healthy, there is always a fear whether you will get some disease. If you are quite learned, there will be always a fear that whether somebody else is better than you and will do better in your work. So always there is a fear and anxiety regarding everything. So this says that you can reach a state where, reaching where, you will feel you don't have to look for anything else. Contented you will be. And not only that, remaining in that state, if you can hold on to that state, then even if the greatest adversity comes, you will be unaffected. Do you want that kind of a state? Do you want? I think all want that kind of a state. That where whatever comes, we will not be affected. We'll still be cheerful. We'll still feel enthusiastic to go ahead and not feel that, oh, nothing else is there for me now. The whole life has crumbled down. So, why does all these things happen to us, that we crumble down, we feel shattered, we feel anger? It is because of, as I said, non-acceptance, and then not having a proper view of the situation, whereas pleasant happiness and unhappiness will come in a cycle. We have not given our mind to it. And when you learn this, okay, when some situation is not liked by you, don't lose heart. You know that that phase also will pass. It will pass away. It will never be that you will be always in that state. So it is called Samatva, or equal vision, that whatever comes, you have an equal attitude towards it. That is, not becoming too elated when happiness comes and not become too disappointed when unhappiness comes. So you have an equal vision. So now, two things I have said. Acceptance you must have. You must reconcile with whatever is the situation. But at the same time, it's not that if a situation in your workplace or somewhere in the midst of friends, you are feeling that it is not a good situation, you should work to improve it. Not getting disappointed. And you must have a feeling of equal vision. So, this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that you should work. Arjuna was asked to fight. But for us, what it is, we should be, see, this life is a fight for us. Arjuna was fighting in the battlefield with actual bows and arrows. And we are fighting where? In the life. For sometimes, it's some problems and some difficulties, some conflicts, it really becomes a fight in our mind. What to do, what to decide, what to tell, where to go, who can give us advice. So, he says that, Arjuna, you must have this Sukha and duhkha, you must take as which will be coming one after another, have equal vision to them. So, what is Sukha and duhkha? Pairs of opposites. Sukha is something which we like, duhkha we do not like. Similarly, there are many pairs of opposites. What is that? One is profit and loss. We would always like to have profit and we do not want loss. We always would want to be victorious or successful, and we do not want to become a failure or unsuccessful. So these opposite things will be always coming. And whichever comes, ultimately it gives in the mind what? And either happiness or unhappiness. So have an equal vision, and with that equal vision, you live your life. So I was asking you, with this knowledge, suppose now when you go back, and from tomorrow you go back to your offices, or even in your houses if there are difficult situations, how do you manage it? How do you manage it? You will find that this situation has come, and though I know this knowledge, I don't know how to apply this knowledge. Right? Exactly how to apply it. And why is it that I am not able to apply it? That must be known. So, Krishna has said that, dear Arjuna, before he has given all this knowledge, right in the beginning, Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna, know that you are the soul and not the body. You understand? That is, we consider ourselves this limited being. I have a name, I have a form, I have got, I know that I belong to these parents or where I stay, what all I have, possess, my qualifications, what job I do. So that describes one individual. And the individual feels that I am this. I feel that I am this body with my mind and intelligence. I have this kind. I can do these things, everything. But Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, your real identity is your soul. The body which you think you are. The soul is different from that body. What is this soul? The soul is changeless, imperishable, eternal, unaffected, fearless. And what is this body? Along with mind, intelligence, changeful, perishable, mortal, always affected, always in the clutches of sorrow and happiness. Right? So they are two different. So first we must understand that we are not this perishable body which undergoes changes. We are finding. Some days we are very happy. We get up in the morning, right? Very enthusiastic. We want to do a lot of work, go here, go there. Some days, absolutely depressed. Don't feel like doing anything. We don't even know what is the reason. And that day we want to scold everybody. We get irritated with everybody. Is it not the fact? Why? Because the mind and intelligence and body, etc. undergoes these changes. That is the nature. And why this is the nature? This whole activity in our nature, in our body, it's guided by three gunas. I will just mention it and not go beyond it. Sometimes we are very happy, we are very good, we are very kind, we are very intelligent. That when everything is so, we feel very divine and holy. That is sattvika, sattva guna. And sometimes we are very active, work after work, work after work, one work over another work. We are not able to sit restfully. That is Rajoguna. And sometimes we are under the clutches of Tamoguna, feeling sleepy, lethargic, procrastinating. Not today, tomorrow I will do. Like this. So these three gunas are always active in us. So just know this. Krishna says that it is the nature of the perishable body to be under these gunas. But your soul is not so. It is unaffected. It is not influenced by it. So, when you are in the midst of any situation, you must hold on to your real identity, the soul. Get it? Real identity, the soul. Understanding that you are the soul and no change can come in you. If the mind is feeling sad or elated even, it is the mind who is having the changes, not me. So, we have to understand it. I've just given you the knowledge. Some of you may be exposed to it. So this is what our Vedanta tells us. That your real identity is the soul, which is changeless, which is imperishable, which is eternal, which is unaffected. Unaffected. All of you said that you want to become unaffected by conflicts. Unaffected. So we must hold on to this. First of all, we got the knowledge. It is a knowledge in the brain. But then we have to constantly make effort to become established in the knowledge. What is that? When we were children, we were told 2 plus 3. How much? 5. How do we count at that time? 2 fingers and 3 fingers. Then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? After some time, do we have to count? No. 2 plus 3 and not even 2 plus 3. So many big sums we can just mentally tell. How? Because we have practiced. Those children who did not practice remained where they are, remained wherever they were. They failed. So, this also, that I am the soul, and I am actually, this is my true identity. We have to constantly think about it. Think about it. In the situations, when you are in a situation, you remain, you just go inside you, not look outside for solutions. We are looking outside for solutions. Is it not? Always we are looking outside for solutions. Not only solutions, even for Sukha. We want to be happy. So we are looking into everything. We feel that, if we get this thing, I'll be happy. If I meet that person, I'll be happy. If we go sightseeing to some places, I'll be happy. If I eat this, I'll be happy. If I get dresses, I'll be happy. If I get a new car, I'll be happy. Every other thing will give you happiness, but for a short duration. Sometimes the duration may be little longer, but all those happinesses, they get over. Is it right? All. Even if you in your life, you have got only happiness and happiness, no unpleasantness came in your life, still when the body ages and old age comes, every other achievement, every acquisition, every name, fame, prestige, whatever you have achieved, all goes away. Right or wrong? Right? So, we must understand these. These are the things we must understand. Remember, many times we forget, when we find something short term and very easily had, the happinesses that we get easily, say you're feeling hungry, you want to eat something particular, you go out and eat, is very easily had. You just go and drive down and eat. But suppose you have a duhkha, suppose you have some sorrow, what can you do? Then you have to think about these things. So no, whatever I easily had, the sukhas that I easily had, that is also over. The dukkha will also be over. But if I can get into a habit of constantly remaining seated in my own self, which our scriptures are telling us, which is changeless, I will be able to be unaffected in life. Do you understand anything? Okay. It's very good. I tread on this path at a very young age. I was 23 years old. So, I was doing my PhD at that time. Suddenly, by God's grace I started feeling that, this life is very impermanent. All the happinesses that I have got so far. And my family was absolutely good. No problems so far. I was a very brilliant student even. So, where from that feeling came, I don't know. I started feeling that, oh my goodness, no joy remains for a long duration. Everything gets over. So that gave me so much of pain and a lot of quest. I did not know whom to tell. I felt that if I tell my parents, they will feel what has happened to her. I could not even tell my friends, thinking that they will say that you have become mad. So I would be constantly thinking in my own mind that who will tell me whether there is anything permanent in this life. Anything permanent is in this life. But unfortunately, by that time, I did not know much of this. We were worshippers. We worship God. I knew God. And my mother had developed in us one very good habit. She said that pray to God, and every day you should pray to God, even if we were not given to so much of going to temples. So pray to God. What is the prayer? Make me a good girl. This is the prayer. So before the end of the day, I must pray. So many days, many nights, maybe the whole day has gone in studying, playing, etc., etc. Then suddenly I'll remember, I have not prayed. So I'll be folding my hands and start praying. What is this good? I did not understand, because when I was young, I could not. Good girl. Later I understood those are all good qualities. I must have good qualities. Human qualities should be very good. And so I made a very good picture of myself with lot of nice qualities. And very often I would find that I'm absolutely slipping from them. Not able to, because I would be feeling that I would be loving, but some incident has happened where I know myself that I was not loving, or I was not sacrificing. I have argued with my mother. All those things would happen. Slowly I understood that these are actually the qualities of the self and soul. When I, came into this path. So I was telling that, so I had developed that habit. So when this thought came that no joy is there which is permanent, I could only tell my God who was inside. My mother had also told, God is inside, to pray to God. So I used to pray and talk to God. That had become my habit, talking to God. If I became angry, I will talk. If I felt that, I had not done very well in something, I will talk to God that why did I not do well, or why this happened to me. So it was God became my friend. Actually, by telling this, I am telling all of you, you should make God your friend, not only the one who is outside and you do pray. God should become your friend. You should talk. So I used to tell. And then slowly I came to this path. And I'm telling you this, that I have understood that how much transforming power this knowledge has. How much the life becomes different. The whole outlook towards life changes. We were not told that how you can, face these difficulties of life, or confusions in life, or nervousness. When there is a situation, you feel nervous. You feel very non-confident. What is to be done? And then when I tread this path and slowly came to know about the self, the soul, that is our real identity. And who is telling that? When I came to this path and started Actually, I came to know Baba Gangadhara Paramahamsa. See this photo? That is Swamiji's Gurudev. Before meeting Swamiji, I met him. He is no more. He was a realized master. Very unknown. He lived in a small, remote village in West Bengal. I came to know him. I wrote to him that this is my mental condition. I'm feeling like this. What is to be done? So he wrote to me that it is very rare that at this age somebody asks this question. But now you are a student. You should finish your studies. Everything will come to you. You will know everything slowly. And that is what happened in my life. So I came to know about the self and understood who is telling. Such realized masters, those who have gone through the life, had to encounter a lot of ups and downs of Sukha and duhkha. Not maybe so many of situations, but mental. You have to undergo a lot of conflicts in the mind, lot of pleasantness and unpleasantness, indecisions in life. So the realized masters, they have tread this path, they have understood. And from where did they get the knowledge? They've got the knowledge from the scriptures. From the scriptures, the gurus will hand over their knowledge to the next set of students. Those will hand over to the next set of students. Like this, it has, from time immemorial, it has come down to all the gurus who are here now. So what they speak, what do the gurus speak? They are telling you what the scriptures had told them. So one must have faith in the scriptures as well as the words of the gurus, words of the realized masters. So that is what I am saying, that whatever we are telling you, know that it can be done. It can be done. You have to just pursue it, and you will find that your whole attitude towards life has transformed. You will not feel fearful at all. Maybe for some time, yes. Whenever we are studying also, we have to give effort. We will have to give some exams. So many situations in your life will come where you will find you have become successful sometime and not successful at other time. It's okay, but still go on, because the aim is there. Aim is what? In that aim, you must have a faith that it can be done. Don't leave it. And what this life is, how will you remember it? I will tell you of one shloka, which would you like to learn it so that you can always make it your friend. It is a very simple shloka. I told you about what? The soul. That we have this, our real identity is that. Our real identity is not our mind, our body, which constantly changes, constantly puts us into problems. The mind is always putting us into problems. What is the problem? Conflicts, indecisions, confusions, sometimes dislike, hatefulness, finding fault, criticism, all these things. But internally, we are not so. So hold on to that. Whenever you find that a situation has come, don't indulge into those thoughts. Mark my words. What we do is what? Suppose some negative thoughts have come, we indulge in them. One negative thought has come, and we will be thinking of many other things to make it more big and bigger. But we have to stop it. We should understand that no, I'm not like this. I will remember what I am. And to remember what you are, I tell you one shloka. Will you learn it? Yes. That Akashavalle Pavidura Goham. This one. So I will first chant it, tell you the meaning, and make you chant also. The 4 lines is very, very useful. See? Akashavalle Pavidura Goham Adityavadbhasya Vilakshanoham Aharyavan Nitya Vinischaloham Ambodhivat para vivarjitoham Akashavallepa viduragoham Adityavat bhasya vilakshanoham Aharyavan nitya vinischaloham Ambodhivat para vivarjitoham. This again from Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani. What is he saying? He is describing the self. Self that I am. I am Akashavat. What is Akasha? Space, the sky. What is sky? What is the qualities and significance of sky? It is nirlepa. Akashaval lepa viduragoham. Lepana means stain. See, if it's on the mud or earth, if I draw a line with my finger, what will happen? There will be a line. Suppose I do so on water. As my finger goes on water, the line will be seen, and as the finger goes away, as it goes, the line will be gone. So the permanent mark is not there. And in space, we cannot even put a line. Right? So our inside is like that. We are stainless. Stainless. So remember that. I am stainless. When a conflict comes, when a problem comes, when a situation or a person is such that you do not know what to do and you start feeling anxious, know that no, I am not like that. That is, you go inside you. We have not learned to go inside, right? We have not learned to go inside. Now we have to learn it. All of you are of different ages. To that age, we have not learned how to go inside. Now to go inside, whenever something happens, a little time will be taken. But take it as a practice. That is, something has happened, just step back, go inside and think, no, I will not be affected. I am stainless like the sky. And what is the example? The sky is every time, everywhere we are seeing. It is not something that we are saying, you think of that. No. We are in the sky, in the space. I am unaffected. I am taintless, spotless. There is no mark in me. Then Adityavad bhasya vilakshanoham. What is Aditya? Aditya is sun. So like the sun, I am ever brilliant, ever effulgent. When the mind becomes dark with either sorrow, disappointment, or somebody has hurt you with behavior or talk, the mind becomes dark. Know that I am not so. My mind is becoming like this. I am not. My real identity is not. I am not becoming dark. So, by this thought, what are you doing? This negativity which is trying to overpower you, you are trying to push it away. But if you indulge in many other thoughts, then the negativity will overpower you. Maybe it will take time for you to do this. But if you practice this, you will find that after some time you will find that, oh, these days when something happens, I'm not getting affected so much as I used to be. And even if the affectation comes, it is not for a long time, long duration. Very soon my mind is becoming free again. Do you get it? That is, the frequency of affectation will be much less. Duration of affectation also, even if it has come, will be much less. Till a time comes, we'll find that whatever comes, it just goes. Third, aharyavan nitya vinischaloham. This is also written, very good. Aharyavat nitya vinischaloham. Like the mountain, aharyam is mountain. Like the mountain, I am ever poised and unshakable. Unshakable. We are getting shaken always. Any little word, shaken. Any little expectation not fulfilled, shaken. Is it not so? Always so. In our work or in family, in the midst of friends, in the midst of near and dear ones. So expectation, expectation actually kills us. But expectation will be there. But we must then learn how not to get overpowered by the expectations and not get too much clinging to what we expect. We must have expectations that I will do well in everybody who is a professional. Even a housewife will want to run the house well. The professionals will like to be doing very good in his profession. So these expectations are there. But suppose it does not happen so. Whatever we plan, it may be not be fulfilled. It does not happen. Then can we become disappointed? No. So even in the face of expectations not getting fulfilled, we should be able to remain afloat. Like whom? Like that mountain, which even if we shake so much, it will not move. So these little or big episodes in our life, mostly it is through interactions and behavior with the people around us. We should not be shaken. We should not be shaken. Even for some people, very big calamities come. Big adversities they have to face. Then also, you will be finding that you will be the one to get up very soon and console others. This will happen. This is our strength. This is what I am. And ambodhivat para vivarjitoham. I am vast and unbounded like the ocean. My mind is not constricted. I feel that this is I. My name, form, qualifications, my salary, my promotion, my family, my children. We are in a constricted manner. No. Mind is absolutely unbounded. It goes to everybody, all creature, the whole nature, the whole of the earth and whole of the universe. You start finding the same soul. See, this self that I am, which we are learning now, this self is everywhere. Like we say, God is all pervading. Everything is godly. We have not learned how to see everything as God. We only know that God is divine, God is holy. We have to pray to God. But God is everywhere, that also we know. All pervading God. So, where is He not? Everywhere is He. Everything is He. He has created us, and all that we do, all the work that we do, all the feelings, emotions, sentiments, our whole body with its limbs, the senses, the mind, the intelligence, everything is created by Him alone. So where is He not? Similarly, God and self, same. Everywhere is the self. So the mind should go to everybody, should feel for everybody, should do good to everybody, should love everybody. These things we can repeat, even if you cannot chant the shloka, you can remember these 4 lines, very, very small. It is like a poetry. Will you remember? I will chant, you try to chant. Will you chant? Till when is my talk? Forgot all the time. It's over now? Okay. I'll chant it. I'll take 5 more minutes. Akashavalle paviduragoham. Akashavalle viduragoham. See, there is that last one is, you can see one apostrophe and hum. It is actually aham. Aham in Sanskrit means I. So I am. I am. In all the 4 lines, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this. Akashavalle paviduragoham viduragoham.
Akashavalle paviduragoham.
Adityavat
Adityavat
bhasya vilakshanoham.
Asya vilakshanoham.
Adityavat bhasya vilakshanoham.
Adityavat bhasya vilakshanoham.
Aharyavat
Aharyavat
nitya vinischaloham.
Nitya vinischaloham.
Ambodhivat
Ambodhivat
paravivarjitoham.
Paravivarjitoham.
See? Akashavallapa. Akashavat means like the sky. Lepa is stained. Viduragoham. I am not like that. Away from that. That is, I do not have the stain. I am stainless, am I, like the sky. Adityavat, like the sun. Bhasya vilakshanoham, like the sun, self-luminous am I. Aharyavat, that is like the mountain. Nitya, nitya means always, eternally. Vinishchaloham, that is, there is no movement. Unshakable and poised, ever poised, like the mountain, I am, ever. And then Ambodhi, Ambodhi is ocean. Ambodhivat, like the ocean. Para means this boundary. Vivarjitoham. Para vivarjitam is unbounded. I am unbounded. So our mind is unbounded actually. Whenever the mind feels very, small, constricted, many times we find somebody where we want to help, but we will be thinking, oh, should I help, should I not? Should feel that my mind is unbounded. Should go out to everybody. Everybody's Sukha should be ours. Everybody's duhkha should be ours. Even if we cannot do anything for people, bodily or with money, at least with words we can console people. We can give them fearlessness. We can give them some kind of love by loving words so that they feel happy. Somebody had written love and seva. So our mind is absolutely unbounded. We should feel it. And when you feel it, you will feel that you are free like anything. So my time is over. Only thing I want to say that this is a very good thing. I told you how it can be. It is something which can be done. You have to make effort, pursue it, and the most important thing is that this little bit of exposure will take a long time. So you have to remain exposed. By what? By reading the books, by listening to lectures, or coming in direct contact with such realized people, or similar-minded people who discuss these things, so that you are always in touch with this knowledge. And the life is such, world is such that is very much opposed to this. When you go to your office or your house, you will not hear these things. You will only hear such things which will bring your mind back to constriction, back to indecision, back to conflicts. So it is absolutely necessary that you keep in touch. Do you get it? Mark my words. Absolutely necessary. See, you need not become a sannyasi like me, but you must live a life without conflict, with happiness, cheerfulness, unaffectedness, and also fearlessness, to be able to spread that to others. So, this remaining in contact, in whichever manner you do, contact with this knowledge. And what is this knowledge? This is the knowledge of our scriptures, which some of us like, all those who deal with Vedanta and this, we always try to expose. I think we are always, we have nothing else to say than this. But don't think that we'll only talk about this. Come with your own problems, your actual problems in your office or your house, between husband and wife, between brothers and sisters. We'll solve it. Because we know how the mind can be taken beyond those problems. Okay? I'll chant a shloka and stop. Huh? It has been very nice. Very nice. You have been very, very attentive students, and it has been nice to talk to you. Though I feel that this much time is not at all enough, even to give a little idea. I don't know whether I have been able to give you some idea, some inspiration, some enthusiasm to go through this. You want to say something? Sampurnam Jagadeva Nandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samasta Vari Nivaha Punyas Samasta Kriyaha Vachah Prakrita Samskrita Shruti Shiro Varanasi Medini Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. This shloka also says, in the midst of when you know yourself and be established in the self, constantly dwell in the thought of the self, knowing what you are actually, then all the situations in life, it will turn from worldly to heavenly. Okay.